This week I've got loads of stuff in this vlog. Firstly, I really upset next door's builders using the drone on like the hottest day of the year. I test out some super erotic, sexy cat gloves. More flying lessons, more solo flying and just brilliant flying. I show you how an Englishman prepares to heat his castle in the upcoming winter. Me and some of my mates go to a 2020 cricket match in Chelmsford.
Lloyd knows nothing about cricket whatsoever.
And also, I have a catastrophic accident with the drone. Do I attempt to fix the beast myself or send it off? Find out in this week's Times with James.
What's happening, Emily? Right then, so I'm at my mate's house. Hey, look at the size. But basically, he's a very good friend of mine, and he's got a massive bonfire. Look at that beast. God, I just need to get some wood, right? It's getting to that stage. The sun has changed. It's gone over the yard arm, you know. It's just changed a bit. So I'm popping down here so I can get some wood sorted out for my wood burner as well. We had some trees down over the last couple of weeks, so I'm just going to get my chainsaw out, do a bit of wood hoarding. Yes.
So, as a lot of you may be aware, I've been doing loads of work on the house lately and got lots of bits and bobs of wood that, you know, rather than taking them down to the tip and then being put in landfill, we have a big bonfire that we get built up every year ready for November, so Guy Fawkes night. So I'm getting rid of some bits and bobs here that we've had from the house, old wardrobe, stuff like that, freeing up space, ready so I can chop some wood up, take it back home and get it seasoning in preparation for the winter. By the way, I'm sure the burning of this bonfire will be featured in a future vlog, so keep an eye out for that in November.
Right, so I've got my chainsaw, my old steel. This isn't a huge chainsaw to be honest, but it will do for this. It's my little one that I always take around with us. Some of you are going to go, look man, you shouldn't be chopping trees down. It's real bad of you to do that. But this is what I say, is this tree fell down on its own, okay? It didn't have any human help. It's just going to lay here and turn into a wasp's nest, and that's the last thing I want. I've got a wood burner. By doing this, I'm burning less oil at my house. If I have my wood burner going, well, I don't have the heating on all winter. Let's get this old girl sorted out. I need to just service this quickly. And let's get sawing. My bro Roy's here. Here he comes. Pup! Hey pup. Hey pup. Come on pup. Come on. Come on, stop being silly. Come on pup. What you doing puppy?
This is Roy, otherwise known as Sheep Shagger or just Shagger. He is a shepherd, and I think he's actually been featured in the Telegraph before, talking about herding sheep. Anyway, he was just popping down to make sure I was okay, and also I was going to give him a crate of beer for letting me have some of this wood.
How's it going, mate? You alright? Yeah, one man and his dog here. So that's Pup, and this is Roy, otherwise known as Shagger, because he has sheep, don't you? That's why his meat is so tasty. Ready to go back home, unload this, split it and get it in the wood store straight away for seasoning. And when I say seasoning, I don't mean salt and pepper. What a funny joke.
A precarious few minutes driving back home with the load on the back of the trailer, and I've got to say it's up in the wheel arches. I get out one of the funnest tools ever, if that is a word, my wood splitter. It's absolutely quality. It's essential to split up the wood as soon as you can because it gives it more surface area to season, which is effectively drying out the wood, ready for burning in the winter. Once all the wood's split up, I shove it in the wood store, ready for seasoning, and that is it. What's there at the moment has got to last me the whole of the winter. Let's hope it does. So I got a random shout from my mate Gregorievich, who was actually the best man at my wedding, believe it or not. He'd got a few tickets to go and watch a 2020 cricket match, Essex versus Gloucester, on a Friday night. So I popped down there with some lads that I'd not seen in a while for a couple of beers and a bit of a laugh.
Jimmy. It's only 300 megapixels.
We drove about 45 minutes down to Chelmsford in the back of my mate Bruce's car. The weather was a bit overcast, but it was turning out nice and sunny, and we were really hoping that we were going to watch some cricket.
So we are currently at Essex Cricket Ground,
The county ground.
Chelmsford.
Your signature.
Lloyd's here. Lloyd.
Autograph, I mean.
Gregorievich.
I'm here with Lloyd, #1 cricket fan over here.
Offside.
Yeah.
Penalty!
Lloyd knows,
Penalty!
Lloyd knows nothing about cricket whatsoever.
Well, I know
We're at the bar.
Lawrence Delalio will be on the pitch later.
James Lawrence.
Basically, waiting to get served at the bar right now.
Love that. A gimbal. Who called it a gimbal?
Meet my mate Lloyd, who's also a carpenter. This is his first ever live cricket match, and also he knows very little about the sport as well. This should be fun, we thought.
So Lloyd, you know nothing about cricket.
I know
So,
everything.
so what's happening at the moment out there? What's going on?
We're about to watch the 2020 Vitality Blast. We're having a blast. We really are. I've got 2 glasses in my hand. One's empty. This one's full.
Yeah, no, we're talking about cricket though. What's happening with the cricket?
We're waiting for a pitch inspection at 7 o'clock. It is fairly damp in the air, so I'm not holding my breath, Jim. Back to you in the studio.
Unfortunately, Lloyd was not wrong, and we found out through Essex's Twitter account that...
So the bad news is the game has been
Cancelled.
The game has been cancelled. Greg, why?
Panned. Wet outfield apparently.
Really?
Doesn't look very wet to me.
It was a real shame that the game was cancelled. I haven't watched any live cricket at all this year, not got a chance to do any of that. But still, it was a great chance to catch up with some mates that I'd not seen for a while. And we stayed in Chelmsford for a good few more hours, falling through the door later that night to find that Bumheads had bought a lovely big Chinese and I could fill myself up and hopefully avoid the hangover that was going to be there tomorrow.
Wait. Anyway, I bought a present for George, and me and Ems did, so we're just going to give it a try. Big G's just sat down by his pond at the moment, which he used to be terrified of. They even look like cat paws from this side. Look, don't they?
They look like cat paws.
He might run away as soon as we get near him. God, here. Oh, Emily, they feel lovely.
Ah, look at your hair.
Go, mate. You have the cat.
Sorry guys, I've got to make this joke, but I bet this is the first time you sat on YouTube and watched a bloke stroke tabby pussy.
You see how much cat I've got? It takes him a little while to get used to stuff, doesn't it? George, hey! Oh, he's such a tosser.
This thing obviously had some weird kind of static effect, but it was really easy to pull the cat fur off. Something that I love to do is roll it up into a ball and then present it to George, where he lovingly sniffs it. He's like, yeah man, they're my hairs, bro. George was sufficiently turned on after a while. Emily's soft touch giving him the scrubs that he needed. Definitely recommend this. Probably going to nick this off Big G actually for my lower back hair, so yeah.
It's safe to say Big G is slowly coming round to his sexy ass new gloves. Oh yeah! So we're back at Duxford, hopefully going to get some flying in today, even though overcast conditions, bit of rain. Looks like we've got about 1,000 feet to play with, so probably be doing circuits today. That's if we get up at all. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed.
So as a student pilot, I have to fly under a condition called VFR, which means Visual Flight Rules. It basically means you cannot fly near or into clouds. Pause it here at that little diagram and you can have a look at actually how far away I should be from clouds. But it doesn't really mention wind, and if we've got high winds or a big crosswind, often it'll be like, look mate, not today, and I go home and cry. But at the same time, your instructor wants you to know what it's like to land in a crosswind or in heavy winds, because someday when you're a qualified pilot you might have to do that. But anyway, let's hope that I get some flying in today.
So then here's a good little bit of advice for you if you're learning to fly in England. Be prepared to be called off, cancelled, rained off, fogged off, clouded off, just told to bugger off because the VFR minimums for people who are students are really, really low. And today it's a leaden sky above us. It doesn't look like we haven't really got a lot of room. I mean, really, we want 3,000 feet minimum around here. Let's see if we can get a few circuits in, just get a few landings done, just get your head back in flying, because I haven't flown for about 3 weeks now. So that's the plan, that's what we're gonna do. Should be getting up any time now actually. I've pre-flighted everything, makes everything much quicker. He hasn't texted me to say that we've been cancelled, so with any luck we should be taking off pretty soon. In that case, I'll switch over to the GoPro, which is currently up there. There's a little GoPro there. Well, with any luck we can get up there. Fingers crossed. A few minutes later, Jeremy, my instructor, turned up and gave me the amazing news that we were indeed going to go up and fly some circuits. Quick radio in to get a radio check and all the airfield information for Duxford on that day. And before I knew it, we were ready to taxi out onto 24 and take off. So flying circuits is effectively a large loop around the airfield that trains you for takeoff, turns, landing, all your landing safety checks, and also is a really good way of honing your radio communication with any of the airfields that you might have to be talking to. You have to have your wits about you when you're flying circuits because often there's a lot more traffic around airfields. You often have to sort of keep an eye out for other planes, and also it's very important that you maintain the right altitude because you're flying quite low near to built up areas and you don't want to annoy all the people living in those villages below with the sound of your engine. So here's the basics of a standard circuit at the particular aerodrome where I'm flying at the moment. We take off, climb out straight at 240 degrees. Once we get to 1,000 feet, we turn onto the crosswind leg, which is really easy. There's not a lot to do here, just keeping an eye out for aircraft. Then we turn onto the downwind leg. At this point, I'll call in and say that we're downwind, just telling the aerodrome where we are, and then I'll do my downwind safety checks, which I'm not going to go through now. We then turn our base leg, at which point we'll start bringing flaps down and reducing the revs to make the aeroplane descend. We'll then turn on to final, and then we radio in saying that we're on final. They'll give us a final clearance to land or look out, and then we can land. And once we've done that, flaps up, carb heat in, full revs, and back up we go. And that is one circuit. So for instance, if I was going to do 7 or 8 circuits, I'd take off, fly a circuit, land, take off, fly a circuit, land, and the landing and takeoff aspect of it are known as touch and goes. Where would you say is the worst place on your body for a tattoo? Would you say it's the neck, Kenzie?
Kenzie, do you want playing today?
Where is it? Oh, it's there. You got a new one? How long have you had that one?
Long time.
What? Right, so I really wanted to upset next door's builders. It was a baking hot day, it was about 30 degrees, and it was late on Friday afternoon as well. So this is the first of the 2 exercises that ended up in me having a bit of an accident with the drone. So number 1, I got myself a lovely bottle of Hop House Lager, freezing cold, condensation running down it, tied a bit of string to it, and then tied that onto the bottom of the drone. Next, I flew it over to the lads next door who was sweating and breathing, huffing and puffing, and lowered it down to them like this. get you. Oh, look at that lovely cold beer. That's some bit of kit, isn't it? Oh, God, just have it, George. Take it. Nah, you know.
After that, I had a safe journey next door, back where I could drop the beer down, crack it open, and drink it. Hell yeah. Okay, I know some of you are going to say I'm an absolute scumbag for not actually giving them the beer, but come on, guys. I was thirsty as well. So then I think it's a great idea to get an inflatable parrot and fly it over to my mate's house and dangle it in front of his kitchen window. Everything's going fine with the flight. There's about 10 metres of string below and this little inflatable parrot. Nothing can go wrong. I get to my destination and start to descend. This is where things start to go slightly awry. A DJI Mavic Pro can descend at about 3 to 4 metres a second. That's about 1.5 stories every second. Now the parrot is not weighed down and almost can kind of float a little bit. So at this point we're descending, the parrot is getting nearer and nearer to the drone. I can't see it on the screen. It's a sunny day. I'm using my iPhone as a monitor, and the next thing you know, the string gets caught in one of the rotor blades. Getting the beast back to the kitchen, I broke a leg on the drone and also smashed the gimbal up. And as this has been a pretty long vlog so far, we'll find out next week whether I actually fix it or not, or whether I send it in. I'm currently waiting for some spare parts to turn up at the moment, but literally it's going to be the fiddliest thing ever. So anyway, thanks ever so much for watching today's vlog, guys. Please hit that subscribe button and come back next week to see whether I actually get this beast fixed, and obviously for more Times with James. And I'll see you then. Remember, I love you all. See you soon, guys. Out.